Assalamu alaikum, bonjour, welcome Canadian and international viewers to the Live with Kacy XL. My name is Chohan and we have here the 3 masters and the 20 years of teaching experience, Ms. Kacy Chohan.
Thank you, Rita. Welcome to Live with Kacy XL on PTN 24, everybody.
We have here Ms. Nawres Fouad, who's running for City Council from Ward 4, and we have here Mr. Avtar Ghotra, who is running for a trustee with the Peel District School Board. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
So just to introduce yourself, and tell me that why are you running for the City Council for Ward 4, and what is the really objective of achieving your goals?
My name is Nawres Fouad, and I live in Mississauga in Ward 4 since last 10 years with my family. I moved from downtown Toronto. I used to live there when I first settled in Canada. I lived there for only 2 weeks, and then I moved to Mississauga with my family. I live by Eglinton and Highway 10, specifically on the boundaries of Ward 4. The reason is because Ward 4, it's the heart of Mississauga. And Mississauga, it's the safest city. It's the most amazing city for families and friends. I have bachelor degrees of materials engineering from outside Canada, from Iraq. I'm originally from Iraq. So my degree from University of Technology from Iraq. But here I looked really hard, and I worked really hard actually to evaluate my license. And last year I got the engineering ring from University of Toronto.
Wow, congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. I'm working in a company, engineering company, it's contract manufacturing company for designing and manufacturing. And I've been working with them since 2010. I started as a volunteer. It was a co-op program. And I worked with them as a junior engineer, and now I'm holding many positions in the same company. Also, I'm a community activist, and so I'm always close to people. I work with many non-profit organizations. I started in my field working with the engineering organization, helping newcomers. And then slowly, I start moving to working as an EIR, engineer in resident, helping students in schools. And I'm doing that once a month since 2016. And I got many awards because of that. I love working with kids. Yeah, and I'm learning many things from them. Also, I help in my spare time with welfare. Sometimes I help in food bank, and I help also with fundraising events. I'm always in touch with the issue that, let's say, it's really close to people's lives and people concerned. Even before filing my nomination paper, I used to knock on doors and talking to people, meeting them in libraries, community center, and going through a lot of difficulties to get my first job, to create my resume, made me decide, okay, I have to do something for people. I have to prevent them from going through, let's say, long process. So I started with the newcomers, and then I moved slowly to work with all the communities.
Wow, that is amazing.
Thank you.
So we have our next guest, Avtar Ghotra. And Avtar is a candidate for the trustee in Ward 5, Mississauga. So Avtar, tell us about yourself.
Thank you for having me over here.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Avtar Ghotra. So I'm running as a trustee, Ward 5, Mississauga. So Mississauga is my favorite place, right? So I'm resident here when I came here. So I'm still resident of Malton, Mississauga. So I like that place. So basically I'm educator, right? So back home I was in education, long time school and college education, almost 20 years. I teach economics, right? So here I got my equivalency from George Brown College. I did a college teacher training program.
Wow.
So I got my equivalency to teach in a college. I briefly taught in George Brown College when I was doing course there. So I like I like this like trustee post because I'm in education. So why not to give the society something which I have, right? I have knowledge, right? So I was in school counseling long time, right? So I help the newcomers, new immigrants right, to like educate about the school and college system here. So I do volunteer counseling also, right? So after like graduation, which courses they would like to go, and which courses are more like
So what are
economically
your roles as a trustee basically?
Like I told, I was in school council, and presently I'm also in school council, Morningstar
Okay.
Middle School, Malton, Mississauga.
Okay.
So
Are you teaching there?
no, I'm not teaching now.
Okay.
I'm self-employed otherwise.
Okay.
So I teach part-time on call, right?
Okay.
Sometime, right?
Okay.
So, but I have I'm self-employed. So, as a trustee, right? So I would like to like parent participation is very low when I was in school council. I saw parents are not participating. Most of the parents are in jobs. So the kids they don't tell the problem. They don't have a time to like listen to the problem to the kids, right? So we need some representative who can listen to the parents, right? So it's a link between the parents and the school principal and the so they need some representative who can solve their
इधर एक जो इशू हमने देखा है हमारे जो स्कूल सिस्टम में है, जो जितने भी इमिग्रेंट्स आते हैं वो इंग्लिश नहीं बोल सकते, और वो बैक होम से आते हैं, फ्रॉम इंडिया, फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान, फ्रॉम मिडल ईस्ट, दे हैव मल्टी लैंग्वेजेस वेयर दे कम फ्रॉम. उनका स्पेसिफिकली उनके इश्यूज होते हैं कि वो कैनेडियन कल्चर में अडाप्ट नहीं कर सकते. तो आपको पता है कि इंग्लिश फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज नहीं होती कभी लोगों की, तो उसके मद्देनजर रखते हुए आपने क्या प्लान्स बनाए हुए हैं या क्या एक्शन प्लान है जो आप इम्प्लीमेंट करना चाहेंगे जब आपको पता है कि जो पेरेंट्स हैं इंग्लिश नहीं बोल सकते?
Yes, it's a very good question. So, Mississauga and basically Malton is a very multicultural communities live there, right? So, I have seen like from all the immigrants, they first land in Malton mostly because it's near to the Toronto airport, right? So, the communication is a big problem, right? So, most of the parents like from different languages and different cultures, they face communication problems. So, I'm in education long time, so I know the school and college system here. So I help them, right, to how to adapt to Canadian culture. When I came here, I was part of different non-profit organizations. I learned that how to adapt in a Canadian culture, right? So Canadian culture is a very good culture, but they must know what are the values and what are the traditions here. So I help them.
Sure.
Yeah.
So talking to Ms. Fouad, we see that Mississauga is the heart of, I would say, full Canada, and it's really developing with this the infrastructure. And Abercrombie has done a lot of work in these 4 years, and it really shows that the job is there, the economic development is there. What are your ward-specific issues in Ward 4?
Before, as I just mentioned, before filing my nomination paper, talking to people and listening to their stories, I made a list of priorities. But recently, I got many phone calls and emails, specifically from the residents of Ward 4.
Okay.
They ask for certain issue. Of course, on top of my list, and I think it should be on top of each single candidate list, public safety and security.
Okay.
The main issue when I moved to Mississauga, because Mississauga is the safest city. So recently we start hearing a lot of crime, shooting, stabbing, and many, many things. So one of the issue and the goal, actually my goal, is to try to prevent that, to minimize the average of a crime by making all the resource available and collaborate between city councillors, if I be elected, and our wonderful mayor. We have to collaborate to try to make all our resource available to police and to enforce the law. So this is one of the major issue. And the other thing is how to make Mississauga affordable city. Many people call me and they said, we live in Mississauga, we grew up here, and now it's just getting more expensive, and we have to move. We need really to make our kids, the new generation, staying here. How can we do that? Going through the the city website, we already about to implement a project of affordable housing, and with 4 amazing goals. These housing, they have to be, the goals are bold, initiative, and practical, and set a new course for Mississauga. And again, how can people afford to live in this city if we try to improve our economy by making it like it's getting more and more easier for people to get a job here. And with that, people can afford to live here in Mississauga with different level of income.
Okay, so my next question, in fact, to both of the candidates is, I would like you to tell the audience who your opponents are, and how do you find yourself the best when compared? So starting with Mr. Avtar.
Yeah, very good question. So this year I've seen like lot of participants in this post, right?
Yes.
So in my ward there are total 8 contestants, including me.
Yes.
Everybody has a right to participate. It's a democratic process, right? So I say all are like presenting themselves as a candidate, right? So, but I feel I'm like a good candidate because I have been first long time in education. So I am associated with the students. I know how to counsel the students, right? So another thing is I'm like very dedicated to my work, right? So I was appreciated as long as I'm my teaching career. So I will. I'm very like I'm very social person, right? So very social. So I'm very communicable. So I'm always available for the society cause. So my role will be to get more involvement of the parents into this school councils, right? So that we can make the education system. No doubt the school system is very good, right? So there's no doubt. But we did better and better, right? The students are less involved in like extracurricular activities, I found. So the other thing is the safety issues, like violence. We have seen the recent last year. So a lot of violence is increasing. So they need more counseling and more mentorship, right? So if they are more involved in extracurricular activities, more games or something, they are involved in the other activities, so they will learn better and we will be less involved in these activities. Another problem is coming like legalization of marijuana, right? Recently.
So sorry to cut you. We have a call here. Can we take this call?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yes, please.
Hi, you're live on the Kacy XL.
Hi, how are you, Kacy?
I'm good. Kacy is
Actually,
on the left.
Actually, I'm from Mississauga.
Okay.
I have a question to Nora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
Hi, how are you?
The roads are not up to the mark, and the infrastructure, it's not good actually. What I experienced from last summer, the roads are sometimes hollow, and the Westwood Mall and the adjacent areas, they are sometimes look dirty. And what would be her goals? And I think they should concentrate on infrastructure. And I want to ask Kacy, what would her goals to make the area beautiful? How would she do it?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Let's take
Thank
the
you.
answer.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So thank you for the question. Yeah, as I mentioned, I have a list of goals, and I mentioned the public safety, it's on top of it, but definitely there is infrastructure, there is mental health issue, there is parking, there is snow removal, and it depends on like the importance thing. Infrastructure, we are trying to improve that. I know it's getting more congested nowadays, but there is the 2 systems, they're going to be implemented, it's already started with LRT, and then with BRT, that's with buses. So these two systems, I will work closer with my colleagues, and I will work with the mayor to try to improve all these issues. And again, for the cleaning, this is not part of the transportation. It's another part. Yes, he's absolutely right. When I was walking and knocking on doors, many area, it's really, really like terrible, and the garbage is everywhere. This is something we need to look after that area.
So we were asking a question to Avtar, and would you like to continue, Nawres? Who are your opponents?
We are 9 candidates,
Okay.
Including me,
Okay.
and then the incumbent. And my opponents are, like, I respect all of them, and some of them, I talked to them, I knocked on some of them doors, and I asked about their campaigns, how's everything, and yeah, I have with some of them really good friendship, and what I think why I'm qualified to run for this job, the first thing is not just because I live and work for, and it's my home for since last 10 years, but because I'm working closer to people as a community activist, plus my educational background, so that would help. I will bring a lot of experience to the city as engineering experience. That would help me to improve all the infrastructures and transportation, and then buildings and many, many sectors. But also being a community activist, so I always being in touch with people. I always listen to their stories. So it's not something new. It's I'm doing that each single day, each single minute of my life. Really, my family don't see me so often every day after work, because I'm working from 8 to 5. I get home 5:30. So I get home 5:30, then I start going to one of non-profit organization or answering people phone calls. Some people, especially newcomers, oh, we need to know where is food bank, we need to go, how to apply, we need to know how to apply for this, how to do that. So all the time, whether I'm home or outside, I'm always helping people and helping them with the staff really in touch to their lives. And I think it wasn't, to be honestly, it wasn't really my plan. I run for it because people ask me in my area, in my neighborhood. They said, we want you to be our voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nawres Fouad, I've seen her attending almost every other event. I've seen her almost at every other social place, in meetings, in events, in community gatherings. She's a support. She's very friendly, and I've seen her mingle, and she's a friend to all. But I do have a question here, Nawres.
Yes.
Nawres, and of course, Avtar, you too, because the very question is, we've often been hearing diversity is a strength. Canada is a multicultural country, and we've got people from all ethnic backgrounds, coming from all different countries of the world, speaking different languages, having different cultures. And like what we heard from you, Nawres, is that they have, what I can understand here is that they have the problem of language.
Yes.
They cannot communicate well in order to ask for their problems or to get their issues resolved. So what is the real language issue? What's your take on that?
Real language.
So what languages do you speak, first of all?
My first language is Arabic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
And I know one of the issue when I came here, like my language was pretty well because I got my engineering degree in English. But still I had to go for link school. This is something, it's by government, it's free for newcomers, and everybody can go and attend that to improve their languages. And especially there is some requirements to apply for citizenship. You have to reach to a certain level of language. Again, for school, they have the ESL classes, and that will improve our, let's say, kids, their languages, and then they won't really face any issue. But again, as I told people, it's just about how to educate ourselves. We have to try to involve in many programs. We have to get ourselves to try to involve with workshop, with seminars, a lot of awareness classes, and in this case it won't be a barrier.
So, okay, just to introduce again, I am a professor myself. I'm a Link instructor, I'm a TESOL instructor, I'm an ESL instructor, and I'm an academic English instructor at different colleges and universities. So I've taught through all these courses which you mentioned. My question again here, we said language is the barrier. Language is an obstacle, right?
Number one.
Language is the obstacle because people cannot speak English. And they can't even understand English when they're newcomers. So you speaking Arabic,
yes,
you basically communicate with them in Arabic or English. You speak proficient English. How did you learn English?
First, English, it's always a second language in Middle East.
Yes.
So it's mandatory to learn English from grade 5. And then mostly universities, everything with English. This is number one. But again, you don't communicate in English. You just study in English. Here, again, I had to attend school, Link school. It was less than a year. And later, I got a job. So I had to leave the school. It was one of my, let's say, barrier and difficulties to go to evaluate my license. I had to take some exams. And imagine to study 700 pages book, and it's not your first language.
Yes.
So it's really difficult.
Yes.
Yeah, with all this, let's say, some idioms, some, some words, and it's really, really hard. But again, I get that it's not by communicating with my first language. No, I wouldn't learn if I communicate with my first language.
So you try to speak as
yes,
much English
as much as I
possible.
can. Yeah, as much as I can with my co-workers. From the first, I remember each single day when I started my first job, each single day I was able to learn at least 25 new words.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's something by practice. Don't feel shy. Try to talk whether it's right or wrong. Because we know Canada is the country of immigrants. Most of us, we are immigrants. So nobody would condemn you, would criticize you, would say, okay, you have an accent, you just don't use the right grammar. No, just talk.
So what Nawres is trying to say here, and she said it very nicely, is that exposure is the key to learning the language. Get yourself exposed, don't get shy, go out there. In the very terms, this is called immersion technique. Immersion technique is the best technique when you mingle, when you're out there, and when you're learning. So no language is really learned in the classroom, but outside the classroom. Very well said. One thing in Nawres is, again, Nawres is an example of our very diversity here. You are diverse, you know what the real problems and issues are, you've gone through those issues yourself, and now she's there, out there to help you all.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes, that's awesome to hear. So, Avtar,
Kacy, we'll go on a short break and we can ask questions.
So we'll go on a short break right now, and we'll continue with this question with Avtar. And I think we are also having a new guest after the break. Thank you.
Pizza Jerry and Indian cuisine. Montreal ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਜੋਏ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਵੈਸਟਰਨ ਫੂਡ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ-ਨਾਲ ਆਥੈਂਟਿਕ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਫੂਡ ਵੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਫਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ a wide variety of veg, non-veg, halal, traditional Indian and Italian food. Dining, take-out and delivery services ਦੇ ਨਾਲ-ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਾਈਡ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ in-house parties and catering services. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਰਡਰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ in-house specials, ਤੰਦੂਰੀ ਪੀਜ਼ਾ, ਬਟਰ ਚਿਕਨ ਪੀਜ਼ਾ, ਸ਼ਾਹੀ ਪਨੀਰ ਪੀਜ਼ਾ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀ hot and spicy ਪੀਜ਼ਾ ਤੇ ਖਾਸ ਮੌਕਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੈ heart shaped ਪੀਜ਼ਾ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ 752 JI West ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 5142788777।
ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਸਟੋਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ 20 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਮੌਂਟਰੀਅਲ 'ਚ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ ਜਾਂ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਵਾਓ। रेजिडेंशियल या कमर्शियल मंदिर, मस्जिद, गुरुद्वारा साहिब, होटल, मोटेल विच फ्लोरिंग या कारपेट पवाओ। कारपेट दे नाल फ्लोर पॉलिश ते सैरामिक टाइल्स लगवाउण दा काम भी करवाओ।
ਅੱਜ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਕੱਲ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ ਇਨਸ਼ਾਅੱਲਾ ਮੁਕੰਮਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ। ਤੇ 1165 ਲੂਵੇ ਵੈਸਟ, ਫੋਨ ਨੰਬਰ ਹੈ 5142774949।
JB Transport। ਚੰਗੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਅਤੇ ਚੰਗੇ ਮਾਈਲਸ ਪਾਉਣ ਲਈ GTA ਦਾ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਪਰਮੰਨਿਆ ਨਾਮ। If you're looking for a reliable job with a nice dispatch and brand new trucks, ਤਾਂ JB Transport ਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਪਸੰਦ। Long route ਜਾਂ short route, US ਜਾਂ Canada ਲਈ ਡਰਾਈਵਰ ਜਾਂ ਓਨਰ ਆਪਰੇਟਰ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ। JB Transport 905-792-5100।
JD Factors। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਟਰੱਕਿੰਗ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ 'ਚ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਇਨਵੌਇਸ ਕੈਸ਼ ਕਰਵਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਸਿਰਫ 24 ਘੰਟਿਆਂ 'ਚ, ਉਹ ਵੀ 95% ਤੱਕ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਇੱਥੇ ਫਿਊਲ ਕਾਰਡ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਮੈਨੇਜਮੈਂਟ ਐਂਡ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਵੀ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਨੇ। ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ ਅਸ ਟੁਡੇ 1-888-694-8721।
Hi guys, JP over at JD Factors here. One of the main struggles the transport industry deals with nowadays is the cash shortage. A quick visit to our webpage at jdfactors.com. We can make sure that the industry grows, community grows, and that we're all working towards the future.
JK Accounting 18 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਮੌਂਟਰੀਅਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ। ਟੈਕਸ ਪਲਾਨਿੰਗ, ਪੇਰੋਲ, GST, UST, ਕੰਪਨੀ ਰਜਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ, ਬੁੱਕਕੀਪਿੰਗ, ਇਫਤਾ ਅਤੇ ਰੀਅਲ ਏਸਟੇਟ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰੋ। PTN24 ਦਾ ਰੈਫਰੈਂਸ ਦੇਣ ਤੇ ਓਨਰ ਆਪਰੇਟਰ ਦਾ $700 ਪ੍ਰਤੀ ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਅਤੇ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਟੈਕਸ $30 ਵਿੱਚ ਭਰਵਾਓ। ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਗੁਰਦਿਆਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੰਗੀ 514-585-6870।
For accounting and real estate services, the name you can trust, JK Accounting.
KJS Transport, stress-free work ਤੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਪੈਸੇ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਲਈ GTA ਦਾ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਪਛਾਣਿਆ ਨਾਮ। KJS Transport, all over North America with long haul and short haul ਤੇ friendly dispatch ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰੋ। Brand new trucks and trailer ਨਾਲ long ਅਤੇ short routes also available। ਡਰਾਈਵਰ ਤੇ ਓਨਰ ਆਪਰੇਟਰ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ। ਕੁਲਵੰਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜਾਂ ਜਿੰਦਰ ਬੁੱਟਰ 905-789-9500 ਜਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ 321 Orenda Road, Brampton, Ontario। KJS Transport।
ਟੋਇੰਗ ਦੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦਾ ਬਾਦਸ਼ਾਹ। ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੋਡ ਤੇ ਸਟਕ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਾਰ ਦਾ ਐਕਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਘਬਰਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਪਿਛਲੇ 10 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਹਫਤੇ ਦੇ 7 ਦਿਨ 24 ਘੰਟੇ ਟੋਇੰਗ ਦੀ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਦੇ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਸਾਡਾ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਐਂਸਡ ਅਤੇ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਡ ਸਟਾਫ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਹੈਵੀ ਟੋਇੰਗ, ਰਿਕਵਰੀ ਅਤੇ ਟਰਾਂਸਪੋਰਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਮਾਹਿਰ ਹਨ। ਟੋਇੰਗ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 416-677-2222।
ਨਿਊ ਮਿਲੇਨੀਅਮ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਟਰੱਕ ਰਿਪੇਅਰ, ਆਇਲ ਚੇਂਜ, ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਟਰਾਂਸਮਿਸ਼ਨ, ਕਲਚ ਤੇ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਡਾਇਗਨੋਸ ਕਰਵਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਖੁੱਲੀ ਪਾਰਕਿੰਗ, ਟ੍ਰੇਲਰ ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਤੇ ਵੈਲਡਿੰਗ, ਟਰੱਕ ਟੋਇੰਗ ਤੇ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਅਤੇ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਟਾਇਰ ਪਵਾ ਤੇ ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਕਰਵਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 450-455-2307 ਜਾਂ 514-961-4482।
ਲੈਣਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਘਰ ਜਾਂ ਲੈਣਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਕੋਈ ਵਪਾਰ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਰੀਅਲ ਸਟੇਟ ਦਾ ਹਰ ਸੁਪਨਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸਾਕਾਰ। ਟੀਮ ਹੋਮ ਫॉर ਮੀ ਦੇ ਗੁਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਅਲਵਾਲੀਆ ਤੇ ਗੁਰਵਿੰਦਰ ਅਠਵਾਲ ਰਾਇਲ ਲੀਪਿਕ ਫਲਾਵਰ ਸਿਟੀ ਰਿਐਲਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਡੈਡੀਕੇਟਿਡ ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਰੀਅਲਟਰਸ। ਗੁਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਹੁਣਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ 416-593-31 ਤੇ ਗੁਰਵਿੰਦਰ ਅਠਵਾਲ ਨਾਲ 416-919-0005 ਤੇ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਘਰ ਖਰੀਦਣ, ਵੇਚਣ ਜਾਂ ਲੀਜ਼ ਜਾਂ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਇੱਕੋ ਇੱਕ ਨਾਂ, ਟੀਮ ਹੋਮ ਫॉर ਮੀ।
ਸਰਵਿਸ ਟਰਾਂਸਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਐਕਸਪ੍ਰੈਸ। ਸਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੈਵੀ ਜਾਂ ਲਾਈਟ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਟਰੱਕ ਦੇ ਟਰਾਂਸਮਿਸ਼ਨ, ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ, ਕਲਚ, ਸਟੀਅਰਿੰਗ ਬਾਕਸ, ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਦਾ ਤਸੱਲੀ ਬਖਸ਼ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਵਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੇਲ, ਰੀਬਿਲਡਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਇੰਸਟਾਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਊਬਕ ਦੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੇ ਤੇ ਮੰਨੇ ਪ੍ਰਮੰਨੇ ਓਰੀਜਨਲ ਐਂਡ ਰੀਮੈਨੂਫੈਕਚਰ ਪਾਰਟ ਦੇ ਸਪਲਾਇਰ ਵੀ ਹਾਂ। ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਬੈਸਟ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸ, ਬੈਸਟ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਲਈ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ ਜਾਂ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 5143433778 514 343 3778।
ਸਮਾਰਟ ਟਰੱਕਿੰਗ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਇੰਕ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਟਰੱਕਿੰਗ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਰਜਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ, US ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਅਥਾਰਟੀਜ਼, IRP ਰਜਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ, ਫਿਊਲ ਟੈਕਸ ਜਾਂ ਇਫਟਾ ਫਿਲਿੰਗ, 24/7 ਡਰੱਗ ਐਂਡ ਐਲਕੋਹਲ ਟੈਸਟਿੰਗ, ਡਰਾਈਵਰ ਐਂਡ ਡਿਸਪੈਚ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਲੈਕਟ੍ਰੋਨਿਕ ਲੌਗਬੁੱਕ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਤਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 9055816105 ਜਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ 15 ਗੇਟਵੇ ਬੁਲੇਵਾਰਡ, ਯੂਨਿਟ 200A, ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ, ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ। One stop shop for all trucking services.
ਸੋਫਾ ਮੌਂਟਰੀਅਲ 26 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮੌਂਟਰੀਅਲ ਦਾ ਨੰਬਰ 1 ਫਰਨੀਚਰ ਸਟੋਰ, ਜਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਫਰਨੀਚਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹੋ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਲਾਰਜ ਸਿਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਕਲਰ, ਫੈਬਰਿਕ, ਲੈਦਰ, ਵੈਕਸਨ ਅਤੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਈਜ਼ ਦਾ ਸੋਫਾ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸਾਡੀ ਫੈਕਟਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਸੋਫੇ ਐਲ ਸ਼ੇਪ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਚੋਇਸ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ ਤਿਆਰ ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਸੋਫੇ ਵੀ ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਕਰਵਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਬੈੱਡ ਸੈੱਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕਿੰਗ ਕੁਈਨ, ਸਿੰਗਲ, ਬਾਕਸ ਬੈੱਡ, ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬੈੱਡ, ਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕਸ ਬੈਸਟ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਚੋਇਸ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ ਬੈਸਟ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਖਰੀਦ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰੋ 514 225 7892 ਤੇ।
Stargate Logistics 24 ਘੰਟੇ ਤੇ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਦੇ 7 ਦਿਨ GTA ਵਿੱਚ 20 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਟਰਾਂਸਪੋਰਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀਆਂ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ। Stargate Logistics ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੁੱਲ ਲੋਡ, LTL, ਐਕਸਪੀਡਾਈਟ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਲੋਕਲ ਪਿਕਅਪ ਤੇ ਡਿਲੀਵਰੀ ਦੀ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਵੀ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸਰਵਿਸ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਆਲ ਓਵਰ ਨਾਰਥ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਐਂਡ ਲੋਕਲ। ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਵੱਡੇ ਜਾਂ ਛੋਟੇ ਲੋਡ ਟਰਾਂਸਪੋਰਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 905-602-5656 ਔਰ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ stargatelogistic.ca। Stargate Logistics।
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਾਰ ਖਰੀਦਣ ਦਾ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਆਓ ਆਟੋ ਐਲੈਕਸ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਰਚ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਖਤਮ। ਸਾਡੀ ਵਾਈਡ ਰੇਂਜ ਆਫ ਯੂਜ਼ਡ ਕਾਰ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਮਰਸੀਡੀਜ਼, BMW, Audi ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਮਨਪਸੰਦ ਕਾਰ ਚੁਣ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਰੇਟ ਸਟਾਰਟਿੰਗ ਐਟ 499। We also do first, second, third charge credit for any of our 2 locations. PTN 24 ਦਾ ਰੈਫਰੈਂਸ ਦੇਣ ਤੇ $100 ਤੋਂ $500 ਤੱਕ ਦੀ ਰਿਬੇਟ। Conditions apply.
For the best prices on used vehicles, give us a call at the number below or at www.autoalex.ca.
ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਜਨਰਲ ਰਿਪੇਅਰ, ਇਲੈਕਟ੍ਰੀਕਲ ਮੋਟਰ, ਟਰਾਂਸਮਿਸ਼ਨ, ਡਾਇਗਨੋਸ ਐਂਡ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਦਾ ਤਸੱਲੀ ਬਖਸ਼ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਵਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 450 934 2957। ਨੋਟ ਕਰੋ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ USA ਲਈ ਡਰਾਈਵਰਸ ਤੇ ਬ੍ਰੋਕਰਸ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ। ਸਾਡੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਟਰੱਕ ਟ੍ਰੇਲਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਡਰਾਈਵਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਲੈਣ ਲਈ ਤੇ ਚੰਗੇ ਮਾਈਲ ਤੇ ਚੰਗੇ ਡਾਲਰ ਕਮਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਸਾਡੀ ਫ੍ਰੈਂਡਲੀ ਡਿਸਪੈਚ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ। ਨੰਬਰ ਹੈ 450 687 9995। ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ 5368 ਬੋਲੀਵਰਡ ਕਲੈਰੋ, ਨਵਾਰ।
Direct Crossdock GTA ਦਾ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਪਛਾਣਿਆ ਨਾਮ। 2010 ਤੋਂ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਦੇ 7 ਦਿਨ ਟਰੱਕਿੰਗ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਲਈ ਕ੍ਰਾਸਡੌਕ ਤੇ ਵੇਅਰਹਾਊਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। LTL ਫੁੱਲ ਲੋਡ ਮਿਕਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਘੱਟ ਮਾਈਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੱਧ ਆਮਦਨੀ ਕਰੋ। ਵੇਟ ਐਡਜਸਟਮੈਂਟ, ਪੇਪਰ ਰੋਲ ਤੇ ਫਲੋਰ ਲੋਡ ਦੀ ਕ੍ਰਾਸਡੌਕ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਆਓ 70 ਵਾਰਡ ਰੋਡ, ਯੂਨਿਟ 2, ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ, ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ।
Call us 416-688-7230। ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ। ਧੰਨਵਾਦ।
Have you cancelled any travel plan because of flight prices? No problem, we got the solution. ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਰਲਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ all link travel ਦੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚ ਤੋਂ ਸਸਤੀਆਂ ਫਲਾਈਟ ਟਿਕਟਸ ਬੁੱਕ ਕਰਵਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਡੈਸਟੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੈਡਿੰਗ, ਡ੍ਰੀਮ ਹਨੀਮੂਨ ਅਤੇ ਕਰੂਜ਼ ਪੈਕੇजेस ਸਾਡੀ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ
Welcome back, everybody, to our next segment, Live with Kacy XL. We have our third guest for today, Sameer Jisri, known as Sam, overall known as Sam. Sameer Jisri is standing as a councillor for Ward 7. Welcome, Sameer, to the Kacy XL show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, lovely. I would like to mention this, Sameer, today. Sameer had to join us in the beginning, and you saw he was not there. He got lost. He went the other way. He was all around, but what happened? He was determined to come to the show. He made it. We see Samir being very determined, very diligent, not giving up and making it up on time. Well done, Samir.
Thank you.
This is one quality we saw in you today. So could you please introduce yourself?
Thank you. First of all, I want to say assalamu alaikum and thank you very much for having me here today. Determination, as you said, is very, very important thing. And I grown up by determination. Every time I wanted to do something in life, I have achieved it to the fullest.
Awesome.
So thank you for mentioning that.
Awesome.
My name is Samir Jisri. I've been in Canada for the past 27 years. I immigrated with my family. I grown up in the Woodlands area in Mississauga. I finished my education in Mississauga in the Woodlands and then UFT. And then I worked for one of the biggest companies in the graphic design and digital media. It was called IBEX. They were a partner of NASA and Kodak. And later on, I started a computer school. And my former job and my part-time job still teaching computers. So I'm an instructor on academic level in computers, especially computer graphics. At the same time, I'm a former sub-UN worker for Canada on the borders of Syria and Jordan. I'm a humanitarian worker at large. I sit on the board of 6 different charity organizations in Mississauga, including the CAF, Canadian Arab Federation. I'm an executive in there. The Interfaith Committee, the International Disability Summit, where I speak twice a year in Europe about disability and turning disability into ability. And at the same time, I'm the executive director for SAV Canada, which is a settlement integration agency with Immigration Canada. And we help support and work with about 12,000 Syrians who arrived to Ontario in the past 3 years. That's what I do. Very busy schedule. A father of 4, a loving husband, and living in the Mississauga area for the past, and investing in Mississauga for the past 27 years. And I was encouraged by the youth, by the students of UTM and York University. I forgot to mention, I have on board of SAF Canada about 1,200 volunteers Canada-wide, 750 of them in Ontario. So when we go out canvassing, we are overloaded with volunteers. We have a lot of them. I can't give any of you. So maybe later on. My volunteers encouraged me actually to go ahead and put my name on a ballot. They said, Sam, you've been very encouraging, you've been very supportive to us in our studies, and you've been very influential to where we are today in our 2nd and 3rd year in university. And we think your job and your mission didn't stop right here. You need to do more. And they encouraged me to put my name on the ballot. Even I was asked before to be in politics with provincial level in the last elections, and I have rejected from different parties. I have rejected, but now for my community who asked me to do this, I put my name on a ballot. And I do have a full agenda. I have studied the program. I don't get into something without studying it. So I have studied about politics and municipal politics, what I need to do and how I can make a difference. It is time to make a change in the city of Mississauga, to bring diversity from different backgrounds, different ethnics who are Mississaugan right now in the end of the day. But we need that diversity to make a difference, because when we make decisions at any city level, municipal level, it has to be mosaic, it has to be spiced up, it has to be from every culture. It can't be just from one culture. And I think, just like we mentioned in Brampton, over 70% of Brampton is of different colors and different diversities, different mosaics, and there is only one person who sit on the council from the minorities. So the same thing in Mississauga, 57% is from different diversities, different minorities, and not even one councillor is from the minorities and diversities. And it's time to make that difference. So if any of us is elected in the city of Mississauga, we're going to be the first councillor. I'm going to talk about myself. I'm going to be the first councillor from a diversity who is going to be on board, and I'll make an added value to the council with my experience in the humanitarian sector. So there is a lot of politician. I am not a politician. I am not a politician. I always say that, and that's been my line. I am not a politician. And I'm not aiming to be a politician. I'm aiming to be a humanitarian worker inside the city of Mississauga to correct what's wrong.
Wow. So we see here that October 22nd is a day. It's a very big day. Some of the cities will create history, especially in Brampton, because we have a very tough fight, a very close fight, and Mississauga is also in the lead with their thing. Politics is not a joke. We all know that. Now there are 3 levels in politics. There's like the municipal, the provincial, and the federal level. A common person coming from a common household, getting their education done with their kids and family, very close and private life, they are not aware of the inside politics or the inside competition, what's happening internally in the system. So until and unless anyone gets into the system, they won't know what are the real issues and how much there's theft or there's corruption or so many issues are there inside the system. So you won't know until you're in it. Now coming from I would say we all are human beings, and I don't think any of us here has that experience working in the past politics, either being like an MP or either being in federal level. So a question to all of you is that the competition is very, very tight. Now you have your competition where like some of them are MPs and some of them already have that experience, even in the school board.
Yes, yes.
Already लोगों के पास वो experience है जो शायद आपके पास ना हो. So proving yourself, and all these flyers we see here that so much money is invested, so much things are mentioned here, investing your time and effort and running these campaigns, just 3 days to go for the elections. What is the thing and how will you guys prove your mark? That we come from a diverse background, we come from a minority, and I'm a woman, what I'm saying is right. So how will you prove yourself with that competition?
Starting with Nawres.
Maybe it seems to be a very difficult job. It is a difficult job, but it's not going to be a difficult job if you have a passion. If it's your passion, if you love to do it, if you've been doing it and you want to continue doing it, so it's not going to be a really tough job. Maybe for someone like he never been in like a close to people lives and issue and concern, it's going to be really difficult. But believe me or not, knocking on people's doors, listening to their stories every day, whether you're going to win or not, but being close to people issue and solve, thank God I solved a lot of these issue, and so it's something awesome. It is every day I go home and I feel I'm so proud of doing that. With all the difficulties, if you enjoy doing that, you don't feel how difficult it is.
Very well said. Yes.
Yes. You're very right. There's a lot of competition, but in Mississauga Ward 5, there's no incumbent. This is good, right? So he retired. So right. So another thing is like Nora said, right? So I'm meeting new people. I learned a lot from people, right? So I have listened to their problems. There are many problems, right? School system is good, but it needs improvement, right? So some issues which are very important, so that needs people's support, right? So I'm gathering people's support. So again, whatever the result is, right? I'm not considering the results, right? So I'm doing my best, right? So if I chosen for this job, right? So I will do at my best, right? So whatever the result is, I will keep on doing, right? So keep on solving problems. Like it's a very multicultural community, so we need a representative who can listen to their problems and put forward, right? So I know 3 or 4 languages, right? So mainly Punjabi is my mother language, right? So my all education is in English medium, so no worries. I'm citizen. I have an ESL like 8th level, so I know Hindi, I know Urdu, right? Not writing, but I understand Urdu speaking. So I know real issues, right? Whatever the issues are in the school system, like there is a safety issue, right? So there is a transportation issue. So there is a low ranking issue mainly in Malton. So I love Malton. I want to work to raise this. I volunteer even for teaching mathematics and economics, right? So I attend council meetings. In the recent meeting, we are like doing some more activities to raise funds for the schools and more extracurricular. We will go to the big houses to raise funds, right? To do something extra this time, right? So I will do my best. So I have a knowledge, rich experience. Almost 20, 25, half of my age is in education. So that's why I love this post. So I'm suggesting the people choose a person who has a vision to do this job, right?
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Sam, carry on.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to start by saying if there is a will, there is a way.
yes.
And determination moves mountains.
Yes.
So with the determination and will, life is the biggest teacher. And I have done a lot of my work, even teaching, from experience, not only from education, not only from going to schools. Life is the biggest teacher. And there is nobody bigger than anybody. Everybody is equal. We're all human in the end of the day. And whoever my opponent is, there is no incumbent in my area. Whoever my opponents are,
So how many are they?
we have the most candidates in our area. Our ward has 12.
12, wow.
From the 12, there is 4 active. There is 8 non-active. So they decided to be almost silent. So there is 4 or 5 who are very active. And from those 4 or 5 active, they know and they have, the polls show that I am one of the top 3. So I am, congratulations to the people who follow me, people who want me to win. I am one of the arrowheads.
Yes.
So I am right in the front. I am right there where you put me. And I am working very hard for you. And I am learning as I go.
Yes.
I educate myself on the internet, on reading, on going into politics sides.
Yes.
I have worked closely with more than 40 MPs and MPPs. I would claim that I'm the most person who have cell phone numbers and contact of MPs and ministers because I worked with refugee issues. So they all exchange phone calls with me regularly. And that make me very experienced in dealing with politicians on all levels. 4 of them, not 3 of them. Municipal, regional, and then provincial and federal. I am in contact right now with a lot of MPs and MPPs, local. I deal with them, and that will make it easy for me to carry issues. Because when you are friendly, when you know the issues and they have dealt with you in the past, it will make it easier to bring issues on the table to resolve. There is a lot of issues in Mississauga that we could deal with. There is always room for improvement and betterment in Mississauga. Among that, there is the housing issue, and I do have a plan for the housing issue. Even it is not my jurisdiction, it is municipal, it is provincial, but municipal could work also on it. And if municipal approve it, for example, the housing issue right now, the price is up the roof. Our generation, our kids cannot buy houses at $1 million. But I wanted to remove the red tape from the city of Mississauga. By removing the red tape from the city of Mississauga and doing an opening for builders to build more houses, we're going to have more taxes coming to the city. Property taxes will be lower because we removed the red tape. And we're going to have more houses. There will be more supply than demand, and that will make the prices lower. It doesn't take a politician to think about this. It is not a math, it is simple math. So we need to work with builders, and we need to put, especially with the infrastructure coming and LRT and schools and universities in Mississauga, we could build more houses. We could open more buildings. This is one thing. Safety is my biggest issue. And I have been researching and working on safety at large. And one of the things that I want to deal with safety is build police, maybe if they want more resources, but it is not only about having more police, because I have researched in Chicago and New York before, they have added more police, but they got more problems. So we need to go back to the core source of the problem. We need to work with the youth. We need to get more employment. When we get more employment and more companies with the mayor, working with the mayor and the other councils, when we get more employment, it will get more people off the street. When we get more programs in the community centers, more youth will be out of the street. Now, community centers and programs, there is beautiful community centers in my ward and all over Mississauga, but the problem, they have lack of programs. If we get those programs in there that match what the youth want, it is not an education. They finish their education, it is after hours. It is something that they want. So I know what I'm talking about. I have a very big platform. Another thing I want to mention later on your show is cannabis. Congratulations, we just opened the cannabis. The marijuana is allowed right now all over Ontario. But now, it comes with a price tag. I don't know if you want me to carry on about it right now or if you want to open that topic later on.
See, one thing which I've been, before I ask, you answer all my questions which I already had for you. But one question does arise, it's to all of you. The question really is this, when I'm hearing you speak, tell us the present, the incumbents, right? The ones who are already there. So what you mean to say that they didn't do their job properly? So you thought it's a need for you all to come out and stand for the elections?
Can I answer?
Yes, please.
Yes. I don't have an incumbent. He moved on. He retired.
Okay.
He been there for the longest. Mr. Nando. He stayed there. He was 27 years old until 55, 57. So almost about 30 years he's in his job. He did an awesome job in the beginning. People said that. But while I'm knocking doors, people are conscious. People are, waiting for a change. They want to see Ward 7 catching up to Mississauga. Ward 7 is south of Burnham Thorpe, all the way to KODI, from Arundel Station, from Arundel Park, all the way to Ghotra. That area in there, especially when we get to the east section, where it is Hure, Ontario, and Dundas, that area is very old. That area doesn't have all the new buildings. It has a lot of old businesses. So there is room for big improvement. We noticed, and I am in favor of a councillor staying 2 or 3 terms only. I am in favor of that. And if there is a vote on it, you could take it on me. I will vote for it. We don't want councillors like back home who stays in there for 30 and 40 and 50 years.
Yeah.
I don't want to inherit the chair. I'm there to do my due diligence as a citizen and carry on for something else and leave that chair for someone else, fresh-blooded. So basically, some of them do a good job. Some of them lack a little bit. But you know what? The public is there to wake them up. Yes, there is some of them who lack. If they don't, the whole cities will be flourishing and prospering. So in every city, there is councillors who get short a little bit on their job, and they need a reminder from the public. We owe our job and our chair to the public.
I can see you being very aggressive, passionate, and enthusiastic. Nawres, my question, of course to you all, but specifically to Nawres.
Yes.
Why are women in minority? Why don't we see many women out there standing for such positions? And you being a woman, you came up. I know we have Bonnie Crombie now, but still we don't see many women taking this lead and thinking like the way you do.
Being one of the leader in women empowerment, and I used to hold a position as a vice chair of Women of Ontario. When I meet people, when I meet especially women, and I talk to them, I realize is what I've heard. Let's say, let me put it in brackets. If you don't really find a seat to the table, so create your own table. That was said by Megan Miracle. And I really like that. So it's about us. We have to look after that. As a woman, I don't really wait for people to invite me to participate, to come and do that. So you have to take the initiative. So you have to fight for yourself, fight for other women. We cannot let other to, let's say, eliminate our voice. We have to stand up for ourselves. Don't wait for someone to stand up for you. Do it for yourself. So if we believe in that, in this case, we can have our place on the map. And what I encourage everybody is, first, we have to increase the awareness of all the women. I know it's specifically, let me talk here specifically about Mississauga, because I'm running a ward for Mississauga, so I don't want to talk about whole Canada. So Mississauga is really a diverse city, and it is multicultural from different. Again, people come with different culture, with a different way of thinking. We have to try to get involved in the society here in Canada by attending a lot of seminars and workshops. We try to work on ourselves.
So you encourage the women to come out.
Yes.
And this is an equal
to have a
opportunity.
voice. Yes. We have to have a voice.
Okay.
The question here.
Yes, Sam.
I am a fan of women empowerment in general. I match the leaders.
Sam, can we be a bit more honest here? Don't you think so? Women, even here in Canada, where there's human rights and equal rights, they're still looked down upon. There's the stereotype, the culture from back home is still carried on here. Women are shyer, and if women, I've seen, because this is my personal experience too, they want to stand up for something, men don't really like that, and they don't really allow that superseding. So Sam, what's your say on that?
Very good question. Even I am not a woman, but I am a man who empower women all the time. I empower my wife, my sister, and all my community from women. So basically, in Canada, it is different than any place else in the world. We have a lot of more equal opportunity in Canada, being honest. So if we look at the federal government right now, they almost have 50-50 of women. The caucus has 50-50, the ministers.
That's beautiful.
And then if we look at the mayor of Brampton, it is a woman right now. The mayor of Mississauga is a woman right now. The council of Mississauga, we have Sato, we have Sue, we have different women on the council of Mississauga, and hopefully new women will be on the council of Mississauga. So I am in empowerment in general of women. I don't think women would be shyer from obtaining the job in Canada or taking a public office, but I think they either not determined, they don't want to do it, or maybe there is lack of education to them. Education in here, lack of education about the position.
What about lack of support?
Maybe too. So basically, if there is more support from the family, from the community, and definitely if she does deliver, so it has to be, we can't look at it men, women, so no, it is gender equality. So if she does deliver, and if she have the qualification, definitely it doesn't matter, even if there is more women on board than men, doesn't matter. In the end of the day,
that's a broad-minded concept.
My question.
We need to hear from Mr. Avtar as well. Was she or woman equal to men?
Yes. I think so? There is like as compared to back home, there's a lot of gender equality here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, women are there, right?
Yes.
So they know their rights.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
So
yes.
in Mississauga, the Mississauga mayor long time as of right. She's been one of the best.
Wonderful.
Right?
Wonderful. Yes, Rita. Continue with your question.
So my question to Mr. Sam is that he said that he is not a politician and he won't be one. The question here is again, politics is not as easy as it seems. Once you get into the system, you see that many things need to be tweaked up, right? And many things have to be educate yourself on them, because again, there's not limited to just your wards. You have to deal and work with every single person in your team. And what if they don't like you? What if they don't accept you? Or what if they don't like your background? So after this 4 years, if you be elected, inshallah, will you be a politician too, and will you come back on the show and say, oh Rita, I'm a politician now. I want to go for MP seat. Everyone does that, right? Because they want to grow.
Listen, I have got different offices and different public services opportunities, and I worked in my work right now as an executive director for settlement integration. It is a public work, and I never changed. I promised people 10 years ago I'll never change my phone number. I get about 100 phone calls a day from people who need a home, people who need food bank, this and that, and I never short on answering them. I leave here, I stay in the car half an hour answering phone calls that I missed while I'm on the show. And I promised people, and I'll keep my promise, I'll not change my phone number if I'm a consular right now. Maybe it will be 400 phone calls a day. Maybe I have my assistants helping me. But I will not be short on people, and I will answer them. Not being a politician, it could be explained in different way. Definitely, as soon as I enter the door of the city council chamber, I am a politician. But I am a politician by title, but my heart belongs to the people. My brain belongs to the people. And by that, I am a humanitarian worker with a politician title. So yes, I'll come back in 4 years, and maybe I'll run a game for the people. And I will be there to support the people. And I'll come back here and say, I am not a politician. I am a humanitarian worker.
Wow, we see here that, Kacy, we need to thank the Human Rights Code, who has given every individual the right to stand up for their rights. And women, of course, we really found women who are coming into politics and really proving themselves. The thing here is, again, women empowerment. It's a big issue. Big issue. We see that it's 50-50 and things are working fine still. I see women who have been disrespected again and again and many times, and they're being snubbed. And a personality of a woman has always been demeaned. Not now, for years, for decades. It's been happening on and on and on. And men are still dominating the world. So as a woman, I know you're very sweet, you want to come up with good ideas, you really want to help. But then again, the competition is more with men and fighting with your opponents and fighting with your inner self. So how will you deal with that?
I had many bad experience. Let me talk about it. I sent my resume. I got really an interview, job interview as a manager. And then when I go for the interview, and then, oh, but you are a woman. I said, what do you mean? Oh, as a manager, the manager has to be a man. Yeah. And the other thing, and you are too young. I said, I'm not too young. I'm in the end of 30s. So that doesn't mean I'm too young. And even if I'm young, if I'm qualified, if you are looking to my resume and you see that I can perform that job and my qualification and I meet all the requirements, what's the problem? And many times after this kind of, attitude or this kind of behavior from people, I said, okay, even if it's me, and if you want to hire me, I would never ever want to work with this kind of boss.
Wonderful.
Yeah, because I would like people to respect me. And to me, if I accept that as a woman, so I accept women discrimination, women abuse, and I accept that for each single woman. So I would never ever accept something like that. So again, I would like here to encourage all the women, stand up for yourself and don't wait for people to invite you to participate. No, take the initiative and you take the first step. Again, I realize some women, not the society, not the men who discriminate them, they discriminate themselves by accepting the situation and living with it. So no, you have to fight for your rights.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a very strange thing we heard, eh? Fight for yourselves.
Yeah.
So yes, Sam, you mentioned something like cannabis in the beginning.
Yes.
So what's wrong with that? Why can't we? Why didn't you allow?
What allow? Hold on. This is a topic. It is a very wide topic, and I'll touch bases on it because I've been. In the past 72 hours, I've been speaking to a lot of humongous organizations in Peel about this topic. So they have approached me as a counselor, and they have a counselor candidate, and they have talked to me via phone and emails asking me about privatizing the sales of marijuana. Now, marijuana, there's different issues in here. Allowing marijuana Canada-wide is something for the federal. I have no hand in it. I can't talk about it. I can't give my opinion. There is people with and there is people against. But now going into the municipal issue, what does the municipality can do? There is something called opt-out. By January 2019, if we don't opt out from privatizing the sales of marijuana, it will be allowed to be sold in public shops. If we opt out, it will be sold by government only. For example, the LCBO. Would you like to see public shops selling marijuana? Definitely not, and I'll tell you why. Because there is that greed with some people, with some business people. They will start thinking the greed of money, the greed of gold. I want to buy the fake, the bad, the one mixed with chemical. They want to buy they would start outsourcing marijuana and selling it back to our youth. And we don't want that. The whole issue was, there was two major issues. The first issue is to buy clean marijuana for the kids, for the youth. And the second issue it's taxes. This money is going to criminals to buy more guns and stuff like this. No, it is better to have it back to the public. This is Mr. Justin Trudeau and the Liberal Party right now thinking of it. Okay. But now the other issue is allowing it to be publicized is the wrong, privatized is the wrong decision. I do stand against it. I stand in support of most of those organizations who stand against it. And if I am a counselor, I can't change it alone, but I have spoke to multi-counselors who are councillors right now, and they agree with me. Canada-wide, there is hundreds of councillors who agree on this. So if we opt out as a city, we could save the city of Mississauga by selling marijuana through the government only. Cannabis could be sold by government only through special shops such as the LCBO. It shouldn't be sold at public places, and that could put us and put our children and generation in danger. So this is a big issue that I stand with right now, and I support this organization also.
So, Avtar, what do you have to say? Yes, please.
I have a question for Sam, right?
Yes.
So I'm more concerned with the kids, right? So I'm in education, I'm going for trustee, right? So how will it impact the kids?
Now,
school-going kids,
yes.
basically.
Now, the idea that the federal government proposed when they allow the cannabis to be sold legally is the kids are doing it anyway. I'm not saying my opinion, I'm saying what the government opinion is, me studying the topic. So the kids going to buy it, the generation, there is an age for it. So it's supposed to be, let's say, youth. The youth going to buy it anyway. Would you rather buying it mixed with chemical and done in an improper way where it could kill them, or at least use a natural product made by the government? That's the first question that the government put out there. The second one is, a lot of this money, and it is billions of dollars, we're talking about billions and billions, tons of billions, is going to go to criminals who sell this product, buy back with it guns, and buy with it the wrong, maybe higher drugs, and sell it back in Canada. While we could keep that money for the government where they could do more services for us. So more services could be, and I was talking also to the mayor in here, the taxes will be split. I don't know the actual cuts right now, but there will be a cut for provincial, federal, and municipal. The cut for municipal could be used for anything, streets, LRT, anything else, schooling. So, you know, it is a very complicated issue, and Canada is the second country in the world right now to accept this. I am not saying that I am with or I am out, but I am saying if it is allowed, let's at least save the most important thing of it and not put it for private shops to sell.
All right. We are in the last few seconds, few minutes of our show today. So before we end, I would really like all of you to give that message out there. Why would they come and vote for you? Starting with Nawres.
Hi everyone, my name is Nawres Fouad, and I'm here a candidate for Mississauga City Councillor Ward 4. With your support, on October 22nd, I can be your voice. If you want your voice to be heard, so vote for me on October 22nd. I've been living in Ward 4 with my family since last 10 years, and I proudly call it home. I grew up in a family committed to service and helping people. So I'm waiting for your support on October 22nd. Thank you.
Oh, yes. My name is Avtar Ghotra. I'm for Trustee, Ward 5, Mississauga. So I'm for this job because I'm in education for a long time. Please vote for me. So as on door knocking and meetings with the public, I hear so many issues they have, right? So I think I can solve those issues. I know this ward very well for last 10 years. I know the problems of the kids as a school, in the school council 2-3 times. So please vote for me. As an educator, I will solve these problems to my best, right? Thank you very much.
Again, I would say Assalamu alaikum. I am your son of the community, Samir Jisri, the person who's been living in Canada and here for the past 27 years, have been in the community service for more than 10 years. I learn as I go, and I am there to deliver the goals for Mississauga. I am there to make Mississauga better. As you have seen me talking about canvas and other things, I educate myself daily. I spend every day about 7 hours to 8 hours educating myself, even now in the candidacy time. So your support, your vote is a vote for minority, a vote for diversity, a vote for someone who's going to make a change, a vote for yourself. Because when you vote for me, I'm going to work for you.
Wow.
At the end of the day, it is a job. And don't let anybody fool you. It is a job, and you are the boss of that job. So hire me to serve you.
So
Thank you.
October 22nd of 2018, Monday, it's a very, very big day, and will change the history of Brampton, Mississauga, Toronto. So please go out and vote for the right person. Your vote is your voice, and your voice has value. through your vote. So we'll see you again with a new guest, with a brand new show. Till that time, keep respecting and keep loving yourself. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.